Hey everyone, happy college football. Welcome to Porcelain Picks. I'm your host, Andrew Fabian. It's week 6, action already. What seems like a young college football season, it flies by every year, so let's enjoy it. It is a bright and early Saturday morning. We've got a big slate to go through today, coming off a 10-8 week 5, brings us to 50-45 so far on the season. So operating right around even money on the season when you incorporate the juice. So we need a big week for you because we at Porcelain Picks deliver the locks you need as you scroll atop the porcelain throne. Like I said, Joey Mack is back. He's got 2 picks for us today, both in that mid-afternoon window. So look for Joey Mack. Make sure you subscribe, comment, tell us what we got right, tell us where we're wrong. Like the video. Get involved and interact because this season will fly by before we know it. Let's win some money together. We'll start at the noon slate. We've got Kentucky traveling to Athens to face Georgia. Georgia fresh off the defeat at the hands of Alabama. Another close-fought defeat to the Crimson side, to the Crimson Tide. Kirby cannot seem to shake it in regular season against Alabama. All right. Georgia is a solid team this year, much better team than Kentucky. Kentucky rolls in with a 20.5-point deficit here in the spread. Bob Stoops is going to like to play this game ugly. I think Kentucky's going to try to keep the ball on the ground. They're going to try to keep it close against Georgia. I think they're going to prevail there. I think Georgia's going to try to get out of this game, licking their wounds, keeping themselves healthy. It's a game they should and will win. But Kirby tends to win these games close. He doesn't cover many spreads when he's a 20-plus point favorite. Look for Kentucky to keep this one close. Lock it and flush it for your first win of the day. Let's move on to the Big Ten. We've got Wisconsin at Michigan, bringing you big noon kickoff action. Michigan's 17.5-point favorites. It's been going between 16.5 and 17.5, so hopefully you can get that nicer looking number. But we're at 17.5 right now. Over-under set at 43.5. Wisconsin, this team's 2-2 right now, but they're coming off just getting smoked by Maryland. Billy Edwards, their quarterback, who came in with high hopes this season, is injured. He may or may not play in this game. I think Wisconsin's in for a rough season. I have them going 4-8 this year, maybe even 3-9. This is one of those big defeats they're going to face. Michigan is going to bounce back. They've got Bryce Underwood under center. They're coming off that nice win against Nebraska where they let him loose. They only won that game by 3. Nebraska's a solid team. A little foreshadowing for a little bit. But Justice Haynes, look for this running back to break through for a couple big runs against Wisconsin, a team that's just going to limp through this season. Let's see if they have any fight in them. They won't this week. Michigan minus 17.5 is the play. Lock it, flush it. I also like the under, 43.5. Lock it, flush it. I don't think Wisconsin scores many points in this game. I could see it being a 27-6 type game with a Michigan victory. All right, let's move on. Clemson, minus 14 at UNC. Bill Belichick stinks in college football. Don't let this spread deceive you here. Clemson is not any good. They're 1-3 so far this season, but I think this is a game that Dabo has to win to keep this program underneath them. Cade Klubnik, he's going to be able to pass against UNC. North Carolina does not have really a team that's been put together for longer than just 4 games. A lot of these guys, 70-plus transfers coming in with Belichick, they have yet to look like a formidable opponent to a team like Clemson. UCF just crushed them in their last time out. Look for Clemson to win this game. Look for them to cover, get back on track against a bad UNC team. Minus 14.5, lock it, flush it. All right, on to the all-important Joey Mack Maction Locks of the week. I'm going to rapid fire 2 to you, starting with Western Michigan, minus 13.5 at UMass. UMass, terrible. They're on a 3rd-string QB. They have the worst offense in the country. They've got something like the 15th worst defense in the country. This team is bad. Joey Mack cannot believe Western Michigan's only favored by 13.5. They're a surprise so far this season, Western Michigan is. They knocked off Toledo. They knocked off Rhode Island. Rhode Island, they should have won. They absolutely demolished them as a 7-point favorite. Look for the offense to find its way against a terrible UMass defense. Western Michigan with the blowout. Take them minus 13.5. Joey Mack says lock it, flush it. All right, move on to the second Joey Mack lock. We got Central Michigan keeping it in state. I mean, they're on the road, but you know what I mean. At Akron, Central Mich, -7 in this game. You might see some 7.5s out there. I'm getting this at -7 right now. Central is a ground and pound type team. Why is this line so small, you might ask? The MAC, they go on bus rides between games. They're not like the SEC and the Big Ten where they're chartering flights. The good news for Central Michigan is that rushing travels. They're going to be able to run the ball on Akron. Akron's got one of the worst rushing defenses in the country. Follow Joey Mack into the green here. Lock it, flush it. -7 for Central Michigan. Move on. Oklahoma State at Arizona. Traveling to Big 12. Our first Big 12 pick of the week. Arizona, 20.5 point favorite. Their last time out, they got absolutely rocked by Iowa State. Look for Noah Fafita, excellent quarterback. I've been high on him his whole career. Look for him to get a bounce-back game here against a horrific Oklahoma State team who just got rid of their coach, Mike Gundy, rest his soul. They're going down the tube, Oklahoma State is. I just think Arizona's got too much firepower. Oklahoma State, who knows? Maybe they'll bounce back and play for their team. And sometimes these coaching shakeups can cause a team to play better than they really do otherwise, but I don't see this game. Take Arizona -20.5. I think the running back for Arizona, Ishmael Mahdi, is going to run all over OK State as well. Big win for Arizona. Lock it, flush it. Vanderbilt +12.5 right now at Alabama. I saw this yesterday at +10.5 when I was actually going to take it there. Scares me a little bit. Shows that money may be rolling in on Alabama or maybe a big bet as we approach game time, but I'll still take Vanderbilt. I think Diego Pavia, although he's talking trash this week, he's not going to come sneak up on the Crimson Tide in this game, but I just think Vanderbilt matches up really well against Alabama. Bama tends to struggle against running quarterbacks. I think Diego Pavia is a gamer. I think he's going to be able to put up some points in this game. I like Bama to win this game. I think they're coming off a massive win against Georgia. It's not a letdown spot because they know what Vandy did in running them off the field last year. Vanderbilt was the better of the two teams on the field last year when they played, no matter what PTC tells you. But this defense, again, they're going to have to play a better game than they did last year against Vanderbilt if they're going to win. I think they do, but I think Vandy covers. Take Vanderbilt +12.5, lock it, flush it. A lot of offense in this game with Ryan Williams on the Bama side. I think they're going to be able to throw the ball on Vandy. Take the over 56.5. Lock them both, flush them both. All right. One of what looked like to be a big game at the start of the season, Texas at Florida. Florida is 1-3 so far. Texas 3-1. Florida, 5.5 point dog in this game. I like Florida. I think this is a game they have to win in the swamp. It's a mid-afternoon game. I think the fans are going to be into this, hosting Arch Manning in Texas. What scares me is not Arch Manning. I don't think he's as good as advertised. They bullied up Sam Houston State the last time out. Arch Manning was doing a lot of trash talk there. Florida's defense is excellent. They've given up 4, maybe 5 touchdowns on the season so far, even though they're 1-3. Texas is not going to be able to move the ball, but my worry is Florida's not going to be able to move the ball either. DJ Lagway has got to look like what we expected him to look like at the start of the year, and they're going to have to pass the ball on Texas if they're going to win this game. I think Florida covers. I think Texas ends up winning by 3. So take Florida +5.5, lock it, flush it. One of my favorite bets of the day, first half under 21.5. You lock that one and flush that one. Bet 6 units on it for all I care. That's going to be a winner. Washington at Maryland. Washington gets humbled by Ohio State last week at home. Their home crowd is really great. It's fun to watch Washington play these big games at home, but the team did not show up the way they needed to. I think the quarterback, Damon Williams, is going to have a bounce-back game here against Maryland, but I do think it's a tough spot. Washington coming off that defeat and then having to travel across the country. Last year, they were 0-4 when they had to travel out of their time zone. I don't know that they'll lose this game, but right now they're favored by 6.5. I think Maryland with Malik Washington's just got enough juice to cover this spread. I do kind of like them money line, but I'll take the points in this one. If you're feeling a little, more, interested in winning some cash, go with the money line. Maryland +6.5. Lock it, flush it. All right, we've got the last stretch here. We've got UL Monroe at Northwestern. What am I doing here, you might ask? UL Monroe, an 11.5 point dog, traveling to Chicago. This team lost to Alabama 73-0 earlier this season. They've beaten a few nobodies, Northwestern's beaten a few nobodies. If Northwestern can't cover this 11.5 point spread, I don't know if they're ever going to win another game this season. Northwestern, minus 11.5, lock it, flush it. Let's go Boise State at Notre Dame. Again, a game that had a lot of luster to it at the start of the season. Boise State goes out and lays an egg against USF, first game of the year, but they've bounced back the past few weeks. They're 3-1 now. Notre Dame bounced back a little bit. They're 2-2 with that massive crushing of Arkansas, which I called that last week, not going to lie. But Notre Dame minus 20.5 in this game, hosting Boise State. I like two bets in this game. I think Notre Dame, their schedule doesn't do them any favors the back half of the year with how these teams have performed that they're playing against. USC is the only real massive opponent they have left who's had a really good showing so far this year. So Notre Dame's going to have to put up some style points like they did against Arkansas. Boise State gave up 37 points to Air Force earlier this season. Air Force typically has a decent offense, but Notre Dame's going to be able to score more than them. Take Notre Dame minus 20.5 in this game. Lock it, flush it. I also like Notre Dame's team over 41.5. Lock it, flush it. They're going to put up a lot of points in this game. They have to if they want to make the playoff. Virginia at Louisville. Take the over 60.5. This is going to hit easily, I believe. On the Louisville side, you got the Miller Moss to Chris Bell connection. They're going to light it up. They're going to light up this Virginia pass defense all game. Virginia, you saw in that huge win against Florida State last week, this team can really move the ball against a good Florida State defense. I think this Russian game is going to be really great again as well. So we'll look for Jamari Taylor to really go off in this game for the Virginia side. Over 60.5, one of the easiest bets of the day. Lock it, flush it, move on, back to the Big Ten. Michigan State at Nebraska. Nebraska, minus 12.5 right now. That's the pick. They had a close defeat at home against Michigan their last time out. Raiola put up 27 points against Michigan. I think they're going to be able to score plenty of points against Michigan State. On the other side, Aiden Childs, he's pretty solid. He's a decent quarterback, but has he reached his ceiling in college football? These guys lost to USC. Their defense was exposed their last time out. Again, I think Nebraska is just going to be able to put up a lot more points than Michigan State is in this game. Nebraska minus 12.5. Lock it, flush it. Mississippi State at Texas A&M. I'm chuckling because this spread, I saw it at 14.5. Right now, it's 16.5. Mississippi State are underdogs traveling to Texas A&M. I liked the 14.5, so it scares me a little bit that it bounced up, but I'm going to take Mississippi State plus 16.5. Mississippi State can move the football. They can score points on the ground. They've got many players that can rush the football. Texas A&M's defense is solid, but it's not what it was last year. They're coming off, again, a close loss, or a couple defeats, but Marcel Reed, I think, is going to be able to get the ball rolling. Mario Craver, one of the best wide receivers in all of college football, is going to put up some yardage. He's got almost 500 yards through 4 games already. Look for KC Conception, who's also a great receiver, to put up some points. I like this to be one of those crazy SEC games between a fringe team and a solid team. It's going to be something like 42-37, 45-37, one-score game. Take Mississippi State plus 16.5. Lock it, flush it. All right, biggest game of the weekend. We got Miami at Florida State. Florida State 4.5-point dogs at home. I like the Seminoles in this game. I think Miami comes in. They're a solid team, one of the best teams in the country. Carson Beck has been very great this year. Their defense is really what stands out. We didn't expect that. They didn't have that last year. Their D-line is one of the best in the country. Look for Miami to try to lock down the Florida State run game. But Tommy Castellanos, this guy, he's talking trash just like Diego Pavia. He can back it up. This guy beat Bama, and they beat them good earlier in the season, first game of the year. That loss to Virginia, I do think they were just overlooking Virginia in that game. They made it close. They almost won. They lost in overtime. I think they get right this week. I think they win the game outright, but I'm going to take the points. Florida State plus 4.5. Lock it, flush it. They get it done through the air against the Canes. It's going to be an epic game between these two. All right, so that's a lot of bets this week. A lot of winners out there because we at Porcelain Picks are here to deliver the locks you need as you scroll atop the porcelain throne. So happy Saturday, everyone. Happy college football. Over and out.